Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. As always, if you do enjoy the video, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you are new. Really do appreciate it. Today's park is called Rivendell Inspired Theme Park. This was created on the PS Workshop by DeepPHS, and the description is the same as the title. It just says Rivendell Inspired Theme Park. Now, for those of you who don't know, Rivendell is it's a location in the Lord of the Rings films and books, obviously in the stories. I'm gonna be completely honest up front here. I'm not massively into Lord of the Rings, so if I do miss one or two references, I do apologise up front. There, I've said it. You can't have a go at me. But as I'm sure you can see from some of these images just here, this looks like a fantastic park. So yeah, can't wait to get stuck in. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so today we're going to start off in Plipcam mode because I really want to get a sense of what the guests see on this park. So just as a heads up, this is a PS4 park, so anybody on PlayStation can view this. And I mean, what an entrance this is! The scenery around here is just fantastic straight away. I love the flooring. It's obviously this isn't an actual pathway. You can just see the guest's feet there going below the floor. He's put concrete slabs down over the flooring to make it, because obviously the pathing on this game is very difficult to make odd shaped plazas like this. So by laying that down on top, it looks like a natural floor, and you don't get the gaps in the path, which is it's a very clever way to make your park very neat. Obviously, the downside to it is it does take up a few pieces, but that's the I suppose that's the price you've got to pay, I guess. Right, so we'll start off here, Monte Leone. Go down, nice busy queue line. So I do like the detail in the queue line though. It's really nice sort of fencing and styling there with a bit of water around the back. And there we go. There's the Monte Leone ride. Bit of a classic vintage style ride. Very nicely themed, and I love the roof you've put on there. That roof looks fantastic. You can really make it such a difference by theming flat rides like this. I'm a huge advocate for don't just put a flat ride down and join a path to it. Put a structure or something over it to make it stand out. You don't have to do it for every flat ride, obviously, but just for some of them, and it makes such a difference. You look how nice that looks in comparison to if it was just out in the open. It's a really, really nice job that. We've got some trees around here. Some planters, and then down to a backstage area. Can we get down here? Yep, so that's just like a little pathway that leads off. Okay, so we come around this way and we have a top spin. And now top spins, I always think, are brilliant for... Oh dear, I'm stuck on the umbrella. I'm going to have to come out of Plipcam mode in a minute. But while we're here, let's just look at the view of that top spin. I do think they are brilliant flat rides for theming. As I just said a minute ago, theming the flat rides does make a really big difference to a park. But if you want to start off basic, top spins are the ones to go to. And it doesn't have to be, obviously it goes, the height of the ride changes throughout, so building a structure over it isn't necessarily the best way to go. But you can do so much here, and I love the amount of different colours and different trees that are going off. I think looks fantastic, and there we see it, up and running there. It's a really, really nice standout ride. That I think he's done a great job on that. And then you can see the guests spinning around. I'll have a zoom in on some of them. So this is the cool thing about Plipcam mode. You get views from angles you wouldn't normally get. And you see them all shaking, etc. But yeah, right. Let me hop out of Plipcam mode because I'm stuck on an umbrella. So we will go up here and go back down. Did we miss anything? Yeah, we didn't see the park information sign, did we? It's got park information there with the different screens, very nicely done. Under a nice little structure. And then as we go on, we go down here. Got this little building next to the top spin. So it's got a gulpy and a hot dog squad. Really, really nice sort of theming. And what I like is that he's stuck to realism. Although you know, Rivendell is obviously based on a fictional place, he's based it on a realistic park as well. It's got a lot of, you know, realistic touches and layouts to it. So yeah, we'll go down here. Assuming this is the entrance to the top spin. Very nicely done. I love this wall piece. That wall piece works great. What wall piece is that? Stone wall base from the haunted house. Wow. Yeah, that sort of slight slope. There you go. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Is really effective there, and yeah, it's just you know, making your queue lines a little bit more fun, a little bit more, you know, kind of just out there. I think adds so much, and then he's continued the wall around the back there to kind of fence off the ride, and then some rocks down here. Really nicely done with that flat ride. I really do like that. Now this is one of the highlights of the park. Definitely is, you know, this coaster. The angles you can see this at. You can see obviously all the way around here, and you can imagine real life guests kind of coming up and standing and watching as you know, as he's put a viewpoint there, and that's obviously what they're going to do. But you know, just coming up to take a look at the coaster there as that flies around. I mean, how good does that look? That looks brilliant. It really does. It's just, you know, just a lot of detail, a lot of you know, a lot of rocks, a lot of trees, and it shows you the more sort of time you spend placing little things down like that, the more tweaks with terrain look, the more, you know, the more it makes a huge difference to the way it looks. This is really cool, having that fly over the pathway like that. How it sort of interacts with itself and then comes back over there. That is a really cool element to the ride. That, and the fact he's fenced off the supports as well. Again, just a very clever little piece of realism. A lot of the time, you will find that the supports are fenced off like that, just to stop people climbing on them. So yeah, very nice little touch. Now I don't want to get lost around here, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm not getting lost. I'm going to go all the way up here first. So up here we have we've got a little bit of a food court by the looks of it. Ooh, what have we got down here? We have men and women, toilets, and then we have, is that that's just a door. Some claw machines. Yeah, this is really cool. I like this. Just very, you know, again, you could just put 2 toilet blocks down, or you could put a few more wall pieces and hide the toilets along like that. You know, and make it so that it's a nice little sort of hideaway area, because nobody really likes looking at the toilets, do they, when they're floating past the park? But yeah, the building, in the architecture, as I say, I don't know the area that well from Lord of the Rings, unfortunately. However, the pictures I've seen of it, I can certainly see the relation in the architecture of the buildings. So yeah, if you are a fan of Lord of the Rings, let me know how similar, or how much this reminds you of Rivendell. So yeah, and then up here, obviously, we've got a carousel. Let's go and have a look at this queue line. There we go, just kind of floating around on the edge there. I mean, everywhere in this park, that coaster is such a central point of the park. Everywhere around here, you get a great vantage point of it, and it, you know, look how picturesque that looks there. That is, it's beautiful. That is really, really well done. So we'll go down the exit here. There's a little waterfall. What's at the top of the waterfall here? Oh, it's just a nice little structure there. Okay, maybe I should just stick to viewing that from down here. I won't go up there and cheat and look at it because it might ruin how nice that looks. But yeah, no, fantastic job there. Fantastic job on the waterfall. And again, look, the interaction with that coaster is just brilliant. So, and I'll tell you the other thing that I quite like as well about this is the fencing. If you pick it apart, so you can see there, it's a wooden railing on top of a wooden railing. So it's not just one fence piece, that isn't. And then you've got the roof moulding there. Take away that and take away that, and you can see, because that's actually what you get terrain wise when you want to make a flat surface. And that's also why he's used these concrete slabs for the path, because when you do that, if you take away this, you can see where the actual path is. I don't want to delete too much, but you can see where the actual path is. It doesn't actually go that close to the edge. So by putting a concrete roof slab over the path, you can sort of hide it like that and put the wall pieces back like that. And I think it's a really clever way of hiding it. I mean, look how realistic it is. Oh, well, I say realistic. She's kind of sunk into the wall there. But look how realistic it is that the guests are going to sit down there and go and get a view of the coaster, and the way that wall goes around there is just so cleverly done, and it's not easy to do either, because building things on a curve, as we know in Planet Coaster, is not a simple thing to do. Everything is designed in the game to be built on a grid system. Everything built at a 90-degree angle, so it's not fantastic. So to be able to build something on a curve like that is definitely impressive. Now I believe if I go up here, is this going to be the exit? No, it's not. No, it takes me to the entrance. Right, I will go on this now because there is another coaster over there. So if there was only the one coaster, I'd save it to the end. But I will go on this now. Really nice tree, by the way, to use just here. It's a really nice sort of like main attraction piece of scenery there. Go along here. I mean, you can just see different, like even more elements here of the coaster. Is it going around the loop? And under. Down here. Again, what he's done by putting the rocks at the side there, and the bushes, it kind of hides the fact that the path is taking a really random route, and kind of hides the path supports as well. So just placing a bit of scenery like that, and that's what you might think, why do I need rocks in the park? But that's why you need them, because they work like that to hide different areas that you might not want to take a look at. Go underneath here. This little structure, got another lovely little waterfall there. This is honestly the architecture and the buildings in this park are fantastic. I love the little details like this, etc. It's just such a nice touch, and the edging as well. Obviously, this is the same edging as before, but that works so nicely. And that using that colour for the Planet Coaster fencing is a really nice choice as well. Looks like a classic stone. Well, yeah, well it is ornate, but we're using that as using that as a colour instead of say something like orange, which wouldn't do it. It really has that sort of like blended in feel with it. It certainly slots into place. I just love these like random bits of building sunken into the hill. It's just a really nice build. There is a pathway just here. Just see where does this go anywhere? It just goes down there, I think. Yeah. So I was just wondering where the pathway went there. Right, we will go up and we will actually take a look at this now. So you run down here. There's everybody lining up. There's the operator's booth with a little fenced off area. And you've got the station with its own covering down. So this is Boa 4, and there's the stats if you're interested. As I say, the coaster, to me, what I've seen of it, looks fantastic from a third person point of view. So don't overthink on the stats, because we all know what they're like in this game. So yeah, that's there's only 2 seats on this one. So yeah, that's the outside of the coaster. We'll wait for these guys to get on. Here we go, and off we go. Very nice, very nice coaster. That I love how it never goes off into its own area. It never sort of floats away from the main section of the park that it's at. It kind of just wraps around the island there. There's so many sort of near miss moments like that. Where you're kind of going through bridges and tunnels. You got another one there, obviously, and then all the rocks around it make a big difference as well. So it's like, there's a mixture there of actual rocks, and then actual terrain rock. So you can see there, look, you can click on that one, but down here that's terrain. So having the mixture of terrain and rock, and rock pieces, sorry, it makes a really good bit of scenery, because it kind of, if you put loads of rocks down, I think is what I'm trying to say. If you put loads of rocks down, you just kind of get in a pile of them, essentially, and they don't necessarily look fantastic if you just stack them all on top of each other. Same with if you just use terrain. Having a nice mix like this creates a nice little finish on top, but you still get the rock, rock walls basically below. So yeah, really clever. And I know it's not quite the same as Nemesis at Alden Towers, but with the fact that it was going around near so close to the rocks and the paths and some of the elements as well, certainly gave me a bit of a feeling that for Nemesis at Alton Towers. So fantastic job there. Really impressive stuff. Down here, we got the on-ride photo area. Nice. I like that. Go down here, and we have multiple paths. Okay, well, this path up here goes up to here. Yeah, a nice little view of the other half of the park that we're coming to. I love the lighting. The wooden beam with the lamp on top is really cool. Same up here. You got some steps up. Now, please do forgive me. I'm assuming this is something from Lord of the Rings. Let me know in the comments what it is, please. I am very sorry that I don't know what that is. But obviously it is there for a reason. So yeah, nice. And down here, right? I don't want to miss anything out. Let's have a look over here. Again, just these, the architecture again, and look at those beams there. That is not an easy job. Building something like that is not an easy job whatsoever. So props to him for doing that. That is class. Right, so they come out of here. There's a toilet block. I think I'm going to ignore that path for now, the one that goes down there, but I might come back to it later. Another park information board. Nice little bridge. Look at that over the water. And look at the vines and plants and bushes he's got growing up the side there. Just really great use of the scenery and foliage there. Really great use. And on that side there, look as well. Yeah, fantastic. I really am impressed by that. Another vantage point. There's so many good angles around this coaster. I love it. You got all the water effects down there. Look, it is honestly. I mean, I'm zooming out here as if I've finished, but I haven't. I've only done half the part. But I can't get over the amount of good angles you can look at that coaster from. I was just like, the pattern on the roof here. I've just noticed. That's awesome. That is great to do that on the roof. That's really clever. That's definitely thinking outside the box there. And then the details on the wall there, just all of it, all of the building and scenery in here is genuinely so impressive. Right. So this path took us down here. And just to make sure I've not missed anything. Yep, so that goes back to the start there. Right, so now we'll go left-hand side. And we have another coaster that you can see from all angles. This is, honestly, to make the coasters like this, the main focal point of your park is a really difficult thing to do. So you have to admire anybody who can pull it off as well as this. That's a nice little bridge for this coaster again. Over what we got over here. Nice. Well, that's a nice little seating area. Nice little seating area over. You got the coasters kind of surrounding you there. Some vending machines. Again, look how that coaster wraps around everything nearby. Is that, to me, I like seeing coasters that are compact and tucked in like that, and it's not an easy thing to do. It really isn't. You just sort of go past there. Yeah, it's really not an easy thing to do. So because you've got to think about every different corner, and every corner and every turn on the coaster's got a purpose. So yeah, fantastic stuff. I'm going to go over this way first. So we have some Street Fox coffee. Nice little seating area. Yet again for this coaster. If you've not seen enough angles of it, there's another one. And then if we go around here, Wild Blue. And this is one of the airplane rides. This is cool. I like that. I like the way that's been sort of tucked in there. The nice little custom fencing with the mini pillars. Really cool. And then if we go down the exit, got some toilets down here. And a little backstage. Oh, nice little backstage area there, look. Boxes, bins, aircon vents. Love it. That's great. Yeah, no, but it's quite, it's not something everyone thinks of. But if you want to put backstage areas down, bins, boxes like that, cones, dumpsters, that's all you need, and that that kind of signals to people that you've thought about the backstage areas. Oh, hang on. I found a gap in the floor. I found a gap. And then we've got another access road just there. Now if we go down this way and we go up here, nice little food court. As I say, this park is not full of rides, but it doesn't need to be, and I'm glad it isn't, because it wouldn't work otherwise. It's a superb park for what it is and the theming of it, and how realistic it is to do a theme like this. and not lose track of keeping it simple, keeping it. I mean, it's simple. Probably definitely isn't the right word because of how detailed the buildings are. But you know what I mean. It's not cluttered. It's not overly done. It's just perfectly designed for a small, very strongly themed park with a few rides, and it works perfectly. It doesn't need any more than this in here. There's the launch. Look at that. That's fantastic. Right. So yeah, over here, a bit of a food court, some toilets, and another backstage bit. This guy's checking out the view. And here we've got some more shops. Nice little tower there. And then we go down along here. And by the looks of this, that is the entrance to the ride. So, yeah, we'll go and take a look. I'll be honest, the queue lines are some of my favourite I've seen. I think the queue lines have been so well thought out here. And this is a long queue line at that, definitely. Go down here. I mean that lovely bits of detail and scenery to accompany the queue line, not just the ride. Going under a tunnel. Up and across. Blimey, and then we're going into a cattle pen. Hang on. That's just coming over there. Into a cattle pen. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then we're finally at the station. And I mean, this looks grand, doesn't it? It really does look like a, real sort of strong structure. I love the pillars. The pillars holding it up in the wood are great little scenery kind of pairings. I've paused it so this train doesn't go. So there's the stats if you're interested, and we will hop on. Yeah, let's go on seat number 2. Let's wait for the guests to get on. Speed them up. Here we go. Fastened in and enjoy. Well, that was a very good coaster, and I tell you what, that wasn't what I was expecting. Now, normally, when people put a launch coaster in, like this, launch coaster equals speed. That's normally the go-to plan of, launch coaster, speed, got to be really quick. But you go on this, and the launch often gets you up the first inversion there. Well, it's not quite an inversion, is it? The bend there. But then it glides through the rest of it, and I really like that. I really like how it wasn't about flying past it at 100 miles an hour. It was, it was just really nicely done. And then halfway around this brake run up here was beautiful. I tell you the one thing I think could be up here. I mean, I know he's at the build limit, so he can't really add anything else more. But if there was if there was more of like a live action scene, you know, or just some like animatronics, or just like a bit of something to see as you come to almost a stop up here. I think that would have looked nice in my opinion, obviously. But saying that, I think it works a treat, and I love the way this kind of drops off just over the edge there, and then carries on, and again with how close it comes to trees and bridges and all the near misses, you know, really, really well done. And all these little structures here, you know, to see the coaster layout like that, and then to build this little structure that works for all the elements, it's honestly so impressive. It really is. So yeah, that's that coaster, and I believe that is the park. Now, I appreciate that isn't the biggest park in the world. However, that is so detailed and is so well designed in terms of the scenery. You know, I mean, for starters, these gazebo roofs are not easy to build. So straight away, that gets top marks. This coaster, I kept going on about it the other video, and I'll keep going on about it. But you can see that from every single angle, and it looks fantastic all the way round. And I don't think I've seen a coaster that is so well, so sort of rounded in terms of the viewing points of it. I've just noticed down here, look, like the fencing down here that is used to kind of block off the park as well, because that log fencing doesn't feature anywhere else around the park. So again, really nice touch that. And then that second coaster, as I say, wasn't expecting that, but in a good way. Normally, as I say, launch coaster equals speed, and it's all about getting the train as fast and whatever. But I like the speed that this kind of glided around the track. I'm not saying it went slow, but what I'm saying is it felt very smooth, and it felt like it glided around. If you watch it from third person here, you know, it's not going at maximum speed. It's just going at a nice speed, and it gives you a nice chance to sort of view the scenery. So yeah, really, really impressive that. I'm just going to look at night time. Wow, look at that. That is so nicely lit at night time. I'm just going to sort of take an overview there, but those lamps are so neatly placed. That's phenomenal. That's what you want from lighting, by the way. You don't need to make every part of a track like lit up, you know, looking like Las Vegas at night time, but just enough lighting to add a bit of touch to it. And I mean, I love the glow all the way throughout the park. You know, even on bits like this next to this flat ride. Is that ladder? Yeah, that ladder's part of the ride, isn't it? Yes. I was going to say, I thought, no, I've never really looked at that section of the flat ride before, so I wasn't sure if that ladder was part of it. But yeah, no, really impressive. And as I say, that nighttime touch there just does it wonders as well. You know, just honestly looks fantastic. Absolutely brilliant job. Make sure you go and check out this park on the on the workshop. I'll leave the details in the description below. And yeah, that is it for this video. If you have enjoyed, as I say, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new for future episodes. And other than that, I shall see you next time. Goodbye.